This is a blueprint, and this is the team it comes from. The beauty of a blueprint is you can take it from any game, season, or era you desire. Now, we've done the first blueprint rebuild with Arsenal last episode, so if you want to know the in-depth workings of a blueprint rebuild, go check that video out. There's a link in the description, but we'll try and summarize it quickly at the start of this video. There are 4 pillars. 2 are pivotal to holding up the structure of your rebuild, and then there are 2 that add depth and quality to the save and allow you to find the magic of the past team and what made it so special. So the first thing you have to do, and the first pillar, is all about team style. You have to set up the team with the formation and style that they had in the past. The second pillar is nations. This is pretty simple. There's a player in each position, even on the bench. You need to make sure that the player you sign in that position matches the nation of the player in the past. So this is the team we've acquired, and we've set them up in a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, as Ancelotti loved the diamond around this time. We've set the tactics for individuals as well, so we'll have wingbacks that bomb forward like they did at times. The holding midfielder will be a deep line playmaker like Pirlo, and our centre mid on the right will be like Gattuso, an absolute dog in midfield who will just be combative and win the ball back for us. So we needed to get started with transfers, and this guy could help us explain the final 2 pillars. Andrei Shevchenko was an unbelievable striker, and right now there's no Ukrainian strikers in the game that are suitable for the sort of potential that Andrei Shevchenko reached. So that moves us on to our next pillar, which is storylines. The replacement we bring in for Shevchenko has to emulate Shevchenko personally. Now, after this season, Andrei Shevchenko picked up a Ballon d'Or. So the goal of this is to bring in a new Ukrainian striker who we turn into one of the world's best and pick up a Ballon d'Or on his journey to absolute greatness. So we got to work straight away on Project Shevchenko, and we've brought in a young striker from Dynamo Kiev. Vladislav Venat will come in for £10 million, a new striker with around 83 potential. So if we get good enough results from him in his time on his journey to 83, that should activate some dynamic potential and give him the chance to be one of the best strikers in the world. I absolutely hate that AC Milan at Orange and FC25 will have to make do, but EA, come on, you've got to do better than this. And this addresses our final pillar, which is player style. There are really 4 options that we can go for young Ukrainian strikers that have potential. 3 of them are 6'2" and over. Shevchenko was a 6 foot, fairly lean, but all-rounded striker with pace, technical ability, and Venat is the perfect raw ability of all of that, so we can grow him into the perfect Shevchenko rebuild. So we need to bring in a few other players as well. So firstly was Prati, a £5 million deal to bring in a holding midfielder that will suit the bench, and it will go into the blueprint of Ambrosini. We've brought in Gomez for £4 million from Shakhtar Donetsk. The Brazilian is a central midfielder, but we're going to convert him into a 10 and slowly grow him into a Kaka regen, because I think we can get the right sort of attributes into him to make him a really decent replication. We've also brought in Fabian. It's a £10 million deal from Bologna. I was actually a little bit unsure whose blueprint this was fitting into. He is going to start for now in the sort of Gattuso role, but I do see him dropping to the bench and someone coming in to better replicate Gattuso, and he'll take up one of the centre mid roles that is Italian. We've then brought in Calafiori from Arsenal. It's a £25 million deal, and this is to suit the Maldini role. Maldini was a bit of a two-way defender, can play left back, can play centre back, can sort of do lots of work either way, and I think Calafiori is the best modern day replication of that, and we can grow him into the ability of Maldini over time. So hopefully that experiment works, but I just couldn't find anyone else better. And then finally we bring in one of Italy's best prospects in defence. Scalvini comes in for £10 million plus Loftus-Cheek from Atalanta. This will fit the Nesta rebuild. Growing him to become one of Italy's best defenders feels absolutely perfect. I think this is a great replication to finish off the transfer window. We did look at transfers out next. We needed to get a lot of players out. So Sotil has gone back to Fiorentina. His loan's been terminated. Walker the same. He's gone back to Manchester City. We've then had Francesco Kamada. He's left for 2.2 million to Brentford. Alex Jimenez has left for 2.3 million to Lyon. Chaka Toure has left for 2.7 million and he's gone to Coventry. We then have some of the bigger names going out, like Chukwueze has gone out for 25 million to Lyon. Tomori has left for 35 million to Real Madrid. Pulisic has left for 50 million to Real Madrid as well. Theo Hernandez has left for Arsenal in an £80 million deal. And Rafael Leao goes for 85 million to Tottenham, concluding our entire business in and out. So that leaves the team looking like this right now, and it's a pretty decent squad, but there are definitely a lot of areas to grow with players like Gomez, Fabian and Van Nat in here. We have a lot of young talent to grow. Scalvini and Calafiore need to grow quickly, and we'll look to try and then work our way through our team to get the best options in each position to really emulate that team of 2005. Now, we're taking stock about 10 games in, and we have started our performances incredibly. We're here on 22 points right now. Unbelievable based on all of the talent that we've dropped off. We are third, we're up there with Juventus and Lazio. This is a very impressive start to the season. I'm very happy if we can keep this up. We're also going to take a look at this throughout the save, which is the Ballon d'Or nominations. We want to see if any of our players are getting involved at any points later in the save, because this team was littered with world-class stars, and I'd love to see if we can emulate that within this rebuild. And out of Kane, Haaland, Lewandowski and Foden, of course Haaland was going to be the Ballon d'Or winner for 2024. He always is the first winner. I don't think I've ever seen anything different, but let's see if we can get any of our players to get this top award by the end of this save. I really want to get Van Nat that Ballon d'Or to emulate Shevchenko though. So here we are at the halfway stage. A lot of things to recap. We've got some more work to do in the window. A little bit of Champions League been going on in the background, and of course we've been going strong in the league, but right now we're top. We've dropped Hernandez, Leao, Pulisic, Tomori, so many talented players have gone, yet we're still outplaying everyone. What a start to the season. 41 points at the halfway stage is great. We're 1 point clear at the moment. Can we keep that up for the second half of the season? I truly do hope so. And there's some good news and some bad news. One of our players, Santiago Jimenez, is having a season to remember. Incredible tally with 13 goals so far. Absolutely pivotal to us. It's going to be a massive loss when we have to say goodbye to him, but we'll absolutely use him for now. Hopefully Van Nat can pick up a few extra goals so we can take over from this guy's mantle, but for now we'll take any goals we can get. Now, we also had our Champions League campaign, first season, 16th in the group stage, puts us into the playoff where we'll have Brest. Big game, could be winnable, and could put us in the round of 16, which would be brilliant for our first season. So with January here, there were some deals to get done. We need to get players out as much as possible because we have a surplus of them. So Terracciano has left for 5.6 million to Lyon. Marco Sportiello has left for 3.8 million to Leipzig. Davide Bartasaghi has gone for 890k to Stade Rennais. Lorenzo Torriani has left for 600k to Rangers. And Tammy Abraham has been recalled by Roma. It's another thing we don't have to deal with, and hopefully we can now trim that squad down to a more manageable size. So then there were just a few transfers in. So João Felix has come in for 45 million from Chelsea. We've made the deal permanent. Very good rotator and suits the Rui Costa blueprint very well. Abner Vinicius has come in for 9 million from Lyon. A great left back, good rotator, will fit the Serginho blueprint really well. And then finally we've brought in Lorenzo Montipo from Hellas Verona. It's a £7 million deal. He will fit the Abbiati blueprint really well and be our backup goalkeeper. So here is the team after that window. A really good unit of players. Some of the players we've brought in already growing really well. Great to see some new additions in there. Can't wait to see if they can continue this sort of form this season and win us the league. But for now, a really good group, and they're playing incredibly well. Now here we are at that second leg of the playoff game versus Brest. We won 3-2 in the first leg. We can now jump into this one. Can we get a result to put us through to the knockouts? No, we can't. Doumbia enlarged the goal scorers as Brest go through. This is not the way I wanted our first season to end. I wanted a bit of a Champions League run. I don't know if we're going to stay in the Champions League if we can keep up this form. But for now, we are out this season. And then here we are at the end of the season. We will get Champions League football again next year. We've finished second. We dropped off in the second half of the year and Inter Milan made us pay. It is such a shame because we were doing so well. It would have been really nice to pick up an early league title It wouldn't have counted towards the league title and Champions League we needed to complete the episode, but it still would have been a nice little cherry on top of the cake. But this is incredible. What a start. Very happy with this. It has been an impressive campaign. But a nice little side story as Santiago Jimenez wins the player of the season. A sad moment because we're going to have to let him go, but it's nice to go out on a high. Incredible performances from him this year. He's held us up. He's one of the reasons we're second. And hopefully one of our young strikers like Vanat or a new striker can come in and take over this goal scoring mantle. And you can absolutely see why. 31 goals from the Mexican. What a season. A sad goodbye, but thank you, and I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your career. Also a big shout out to Fabian and Reinders, both picked up incredible amounts of assists. Fabian even coming away with the top assist award for the season. What a year for our providers. And then Mike Maignan, who will be another player that we probably have to say goodbye to, is gone and got the Golden Glove. 13 clean sheets in an impressive season again. This rebuild is going to take a real hit when we lose some of these top players. Now here are the stats, and we're going to focus mainly on the players we've brought in. So Vanat, 17-2, an impressive maiden campaign. Hopefully he can build on this next season. Fabian, impressive, 11-14 from centre mid. Maybe he holds a future for us. We just need to try and mould him into the perfect player, so we'll try and do that next season. And Gomez, 8-1 is not too bad. I'd like to see a bit more from a Kaka regen, but he's still young, he's still growing. There's time for that to come. But the final thing to do is recap the competition. So Inter Milan win the Italian Super Cup. Napoli beat Inter in the final of the Coppa Italia to take that one home. PSG beat Bayern 1-0 in the final to win the Champions League. Spurs beat Galatasaray 1-0 in the Europa League final to take home a massive trophy for them. And Copenhagen beat Fiorentina 2-1 to win the Conference League. That will mark the end of the season. A very good season overall, but we've got a lot of work to do next year, so let's jump straight into it. So jumping into season 2, let's take stock of the blueprint. Now this is how it looks with the bench and starting 11, and this is how completed it is. Now there is a lot of green, as you can see, which is great, but there are some positions where the nation lines up, but the player in that position just doesn't fit the style, a bit like Cafu and Emerson Royale, Gattuso and Fabian. Maybe we can train some of these players to be a bit more like their predecessor, but for now there's a lot of work to do, and we are not done with this blueprint just based on the nation. We also had a bit of a mass exodus here. We had to get rid of a lot of players. So Santiago Jimenez has gone to Manchester United for 65 million. Malik Tior has left to Crystal Palace for 40 million. Ismail Benacer leaves for 36.4 million to Marseille. Pierre Kalulu goes to Celta Vigo. That's a 34 million pound deal. Noah Okafor leaves to Fenerbahce for 30 million. And Alexis Salamakers has left for 22 million. And he's gone to Roma. We then had even more outgoings. So Warren Bondo has left for 4.4 million to Wolfsburg. Kevin Zaroli's left for 2.8 million to Hull City. Davis Vasquez leaves for 1.6 million to Club Bruges. Alessandro Florenzi leaves and he's released. The same goes for Mattia Liberali. He's released as well. And the final player we released this summer was Bob Omoregbe, and that will complete our outgoings for this season. There are also 4 returning loans that fit the blueprint and will become part of the team. So Adley comes in and he'll fit the Dorasu blueprint. Calabria has come in and he'll fit the Pancharo blueprint. Pobega's come in and he'll fit the Brocchi blueprint. And Colombo has come in and he'll fit the Inzaghi blueprint. And then finally, to wrap up this transfer window, 2 new signings come in. Vutagos comes in for 17 million from Spurs, a brilliant Dutch centre-back that will fit the Yapstam blueprint. I can't wait to see how good this guy can get. And then we've brought in our strike partner for Shevchenko. The Crespo blueprint is filled using Alejo Veliz. It's another 14 million pound deal from Spurs as well, and this will complete our business for the summer and really start to make the team look complete. And so this is how the team looks after that transfer window. So many outgoings, so much work still to do as well. We now have Veliz and Gozan here, who hopefully can grow into really talented players. Calafiori, Fabian, Vanat, all looking fantastic right now. Hopefully we can do some work in January as well. There's a lot ahead of us, but for now let's focus on the season and see what we can do. Now here we are, 10 games in, unbeaten, 5 points clear. Unbelievable start. This is just what we're looking for. If we can keep this up, we're going to be in dreamland. Reminder though, if the blueprint's not complete and we win the league, that will not count towards our 2 trophies we need to complete the episode, but still impressive to see our team coming together so strongly. This is looking incredible. And the shortlist for the 2025 Ballon d'Or is here. It features Kvara, Mbappe, Vinny and Rodrigo. No AC Milan players for now, but I'm sure we'll get our chance in the future. And of course, out of those 4, Vinny was going to win it. The 2025 Ballon d'Or goes to the Brazilian. I wonder how long it'll be until one of our players gets a chance at this. We are also in the Super Cup final, which is very impressive. I didn't expect this to happen. It sort of just sprung upon us. We're here against Atalanta. Can we get a result and pick up our first trophy? Playing through. Through it goes. First chance. Evelise scores. Assist from Vanat. It's 1-0. Down it comes. Finds Vanat into Evelise. Through it goes. It's 2-0. Gomez scores. What a moment. 20 minutes. 2-0. Playing it nicely. Looks for Evelise again. It's another. It's 2 for him. It's 3 overall. We're bringing home a trophy today. Looking for the extra man. Finds Vanat. Looks for Evelise for the hat-trick. It's 4-0. What a game. Our front three are operating at maximum efficiency. Clear it out. That's beautiful. That should be enough. Huge result. 4-0. First trophy in the bag. That's a massive one. And here we are for final lifts. The Italia Supercoppa. What a moment. Huge trophy in the bag. First trophy in the bag. Massive. And as well as having the Supercoppa under our belt, we are doing unbelievably in the league. We're still unbeaten. Not picked up a loss yet. 47 points. 7 clear of Inter. They do have a game in hand though. What a start this is. We are in fine form. And we said we needed someone to take over from Jimenez, and Alejo Evelise is doing that. 15 goals so far. Also 10 for Vanat, which is unbelievable. We are scoring so many goals. It makes absolute sense why we're top of the league. We also had an incredible season in the group stages of the Champions League. We finished 7th, which automatically puts us in the round of 16. No playoff stuff to mess about with this season. Great work to only lose 2 games and draw 1. This team is doing something special considering how much turnaround we are having. So with it coming up to January, 4 players saw the cut this month. So Yusuf Fofana has gone to PSG for £55 million. Emerson Royal has left for 21 million and he's gone to Atalanta. Luka Jovic has left and gone to France for £16 million. He'll now play for Lyon. And Strahinja Pavlovic has left for £12 million and he's moved to Roma. And with 3 new arrivals, the team is really coming together. So Soba Satsanov has come in. It's a £7 million deal for the centre-back from Torino, and this fits the Kaladze blueprint. And then Vanderson comes in for 30 million from Braga, a much better fit for the Cafu blueprint. And then Nicolo Fagioli comes in for £30 million from Burnley. The next Pirlo playing the regista role. I can't wait to see him as a deep line playmaker for us. And so after the window, the team looks like this. It's really come together. Only a few more players to sort out now in the next window. Then we should have the blueprint completed and we can go for those big trophies. But for now, let's just focus on getting as much success as possible, growing these young stars because we need them to be ready for next season. Now we've found ourselves in the Cup final versus Roma for the Coppa Italia. So this has been a really good season. The Super Coppa we've won. We're in the final of this. We're doing really well in the league. Can we pick up another piece of silverware whilst we still have Maignan? Because we are going to lose him, and I'm sure we're going to lose points as soon as he's gone. Out again. Vanat into Evelise. It's 1-0 already. 8 minutes in. We have got some strike force. Back in. Finds Vanat. Is he onside? He is. It's 2-0. Our 2 strikers have picked up goals. This is unbelievable. Oh, Roma in with a chance. And Bolzanzi gets it in. They're back in the game. 2-1 now. Beautiful work. Straight up from the kickoff. Vanat again. Assist from Evelise. This is unbelievable. Back to 2-1 for seconds. Now it's 3-1. They want to move. They get a goal. Baldanzi again. This guy's unbelievable. Goes long, Dombik blocks it, but it doesn't matter. We win another trophy. This time, the Coppa Italia is ours. A huge, huge moment for us. So here is Mike Mainan to lift the Coppa Italia in what will be his last season with the club. He will move on, but another impressive campaign and another impressive season. Here we go. We are on a tear. And although we've done so well in the Cups, we are here in the league, 1 point off top. We have fallen off again, and it's Inter Milan taking over us. Our biggest rivals are pipping us to the league again. This is so painful to take. That league title should have been ours, and we have truly let it slip. And our journey and goal to make Vinat one of the best players in the world to win the Ballon d'Or is on its path. Now, he has won the best player in Serie A. The Player of the Season award goes to the Ukrainian. What a season he's had. It's a shame he couldn't fire us just a point higher to take over Inter Milan, but still impressive, and I'm sure this will bode well for those Ballon d'Or charges. And this is how it looks. Both our players in the top 5 for goal scoring, Valise with 20 and Vinat with 22. What an incredible season in the league. So happy that these two are working so well together. This is really starting to look like a Crespo and Shevchenko dynamic duo. Also a big shout out to Tijani Reinders, 13 assists, really showing his Seedorf qualities. I'm still undecided whether this guy is the right choice for Seedorf. He's a bit taller and a bit different build, but for now, he's proving his qualities in terms of his ability, but we'll have to make a decision on him soon. And although he's probably been a pivotal part of our season, he only picked up 4 clean sheets. Mike Mainan will be leaving us next season. We need to complete this blueprint, and he'll be one of the players that has to be let go. But really sad to see him go. Been such a pivotal part for us, and I'm hoping that he can enjoy the rest of his career elsewhere. But let's look at the team right now. Valise and Vinat, 2 killer players, 36 and 38 goals. Those two were incredible. Gomez really starting to show his qualities, showing why he's so good. He's got up 7 this year, which is unbelievable. Fabian is improving. Calafiori's doing well from left back. We're seeing these players contribute, and I can't wait to see what they can do next season once the blueprint is complete. But we are going to have one more game this season. We made the Champions League final with this team. This is probably the lowest rated team I've ever seen reach a Champions League final. But either way, we're going to sim it because it doesn't count. The blueprint isn't completed, so it's just a bonus trophy if we can get it. Let's see if we can do anything in this game. Here it comes. Harry Kane finds Musiala. It's 1-0 Bayern Munich. They do have an absolute god squad. It was always going to be difficult, and that has just shown it. Plays it. Brilliant play from Bayern Munich. Elise puts it in the bottom corner. 2-0. We've finally met our match. Musiala into Kane. Surely got to be a third. It is a third. Harry Kane slots home. A brilliant strike for the Englishman. And that's all but over. And there is the final whistle. Demoralising. Demolished. Well played to Bayern Munich. We couldn't make the dream come true this season. I was really hoping to pick up a league or Champions League before the blueprint was completed, but neither have been possible. We'll go again next season. And so with the season done, just to look at the competition. So Arsenal won the Europa League, an easy 4-1 win over Club Brugge. And Stuttgart win 4-1 versus Osasuna to win the Conference League. And so that marks the end of what was actually a pretty decent season. We didn't win as much as we'd like. We won both of the domestic cups, including the Super Cup. We haven't done as well in the league as we'd like. We should have probably taken that home. And the Champions League, it's just one of those. You're playing a top opposition like Munich. But we're going to jump into Season 3, finish the blueprint, and now start working towards the trophies with the exact team that we want. So this is how the blueprint was going last year. This is the progress we'd made. And if you step forward to this season, this is how we look now. And it is a lot better. Only one player in the starting lineup left. A few substitutes that we need to sort out as well. But otherwise, we're in a fantastic position. And now we can really try and replicate the Milan of 2005. So here we are in Season 3. And we have finally completed the blueprint. We had to get a few players out. So Mike Mainan has left for 75 million to Lille. Alvaro Morata has left for 19.5 million to Leipzig. Yunus Musa has left for 9 million and he's gone to Bologna. And Marco Pellegrino has left for 2.7 million to Hull City. We then completed the final 4 signings to complete this blueprint rebuild. So Marco Bulat has come in for £8 million from Dynamo Zagreb. He'll come in to take over from Blue Deck. We've also brought in Luka Vuskovic, a £14 million deal from Malmo. A huge transfer, this one, for a young talent, and he'll fit the blueprint of Simic. We've then brought in Kasper Tengsted, which is a huge £18 million deal from Osasuna, and he'll take over the Thomason role. And then finally, to finish the starting 11, we bring in a Brazilian keeper from Villarreal. He costs 37 million, and Luis Jr. will come in to fill the shoes of Dida. And so, after just 2 full seasons and in our 5th window, we've completed the blueprint. This is how it looks now. Every area is completed. We will continue to look for the best options, better choices in each position, and make sure we have the best team by the end of it that really represents that Milan team of 05. But this is a huge moment. We can now go and challenge for the Champions League and the Serie A, and if we win them, we can finish the series. And so this is the team. Once you translate it over to our new players, it looks like this. Vanat being absolutely fantastic, really growing into a Shevchenko style striker. A lot of work to do on Valise to make him a bit more like Crespo. Same goes for Gomez and Fabian. Those are the 3 I'm least happy with right now, but there's time to still grow them. Very happy with Reinders, Fagioli, Ghost is getting there. Scalvini's looking really good at the back. Maybe want a little bit more pace, but we'll get there. Calafiori looks fantastic. So it is coming together. It will take some time. We have a lot more solid of a bench, a lot more talented players that fit the style that Milan had in the past. But now it's time to take this team forward, see what we can do with them, how much can we grow them, and what can we do in competitions like Serie A and the Champions League. And this is how we're started in the league. It's so impressive that through all of this transition, we have held ourselves in the top 4 consistently in the league. We have held such high standards, and we continue to do it now. We're now just 1 point off Juventus. We're here after 10 games, a quarter of the way through the season. What an unbelievable start. I am very happy with this. Now, despite having a fantastic year, Vanat isn't involved yet. I don't think he's quite at that level. Probably need to win the Champions League or get a league under our belt. But Mbappe, Rodrigo, Gyökeres and Vinny are up for the title this year for the Ballon d'Or. And the Ballon d'Or goes to Vinny. Once again, it's going to be a mountainous job to take it off him. Hopefully, we can get Vanat that Ballon d'Or before the end of this save. That is the goal, at least. That's the storyline we want. But it's going to be very difficult to topple this man off his throne. And so here we are at the halfway stage, and we've got 50 points. We're top of the table. We're ahead of Juve by 6 points. We're absolutely smashing it. This group we've assembled and are continuing to grow are absolutely unbelievable, and I can't wait to see what else they can do. And Vanat is doing it for us. He's got 18 goals in 19 matches. He's smashing it, truly becoming that Shevchenko style striker. What a player he's been since we've signed him. I can't believe we've turned him into such a good player. We are going to get this guy a Ballon d'Or. We've also been going strong in the Champions League. We didn't quite get ourselves into automatic promotion into the round of 16, but we went unbeaten. 3 wins, 5 draws. Pretty strong, but it's just a shame we can get that final bit of the job done. Hopefully, though, it won't harm us. We can get through the playoffs fairly easily and get ourselves a good draw in the round of 16. Now that we'd assembled our squad, we wanted to give them a chance to grow. So this January, we've brought in no one, we've sold no one. We're going to keep the group together and see what they can accomplish. Look for some weaknesses, grow next season if we need to, and basically just try and make sure that we're making the best of this team that we possibly can. But it's a really good squad. Calafiori, Reinders, Vanat, all starting to hit the potential with like Scalvini as well. A bit of work still to do for Junior, Fabian, Fagioli, but they are getting there. It's a really good group. It's a really fantastic squad we've got, and players are really starting to look like their counterpart from the past. And so here we are in those playoff games. We've got Lyon. We won 3-2 in the first leg. The team are doing it. Can we get through to the round of 16 with a nice little win, a 3-1 win? Reinders, Fabian and Vanat pick up the goals. We are through after a convincing double leg result. What a start to this Champions League campaign. And this group done something special. Absolute domination in the league. Only 2 losses all season. 5 draws, 98 points, 17 points clear of Roma. What a season. This team is unbelievable. It really is starting to feel like a super team, which is exactly what Milan of 05 were. So this is unbelievable right now. What a year. We've done our first objective. We've completed winning the Serie A now. And now we've just got to go and win the Champions League, the final challenge ahead of us. We have had another incredible season with Vanat. Another Player of the Season award. Incredible performances from him once again. He continues to shoot us to unbelievable glory. What a player we have found. What a player we have created. And he showed us why. It's an easy reason to give him Player of the Season. 8 goals clear of anyone else. 36 from 38, nearly averaging a goal a game. This guy is unbelievable. One of the best strikers in the world. And wow, we have to give a massive shout out to Marlon Gomez and Giovanni Fabian. 10 assists apiece. They'll be joint top assist leaders, I mean they'll be getting awards this season. These guys are showing their qualities. Unbelievable seasons for the both of them. And wow, look at Luis Jr., the Dida rebuild, the Dida blueprint. It's paying off. He's showing himself as one of the best keepers in Serie A, one of the best keepers in the world. 14 clean sheets this season. He absolutely dominated. And here we are looking at our players. I mean, some incredible contributions. 65 goal contributions for Vanat in 64 games. That's outrageous. Valise picked up 25. Reinders is on 40 contributions from central midfield. Gomez with 29 contributions. Fabian's up there with 24. Everyone is contributing. This is a God squad now. We can't really label it as anything else. They are all contributing. They're all incredible. And we are showing just how good we are. But the last thing for us to do this season is look at how well we've done in all of the competitions. We won the Super Cup, a 2-1 win versus our rivals Inter. That's huge. We lost Coppa Italia 4-2 to Napoli. That's a real shame. We made it all the way to the final but just couldn't get the job done. Bayern won the Champions League, beating Barcelona 2-1. We actually played Barcelona in the semis and lost 3-2 on aggregate, so we got quite far in this competition as well. We had a really good season, but it just looks like we missed out on a few fine margins. We need to get this trophy though. This is one that is in our eye line. Chelsea won the Europa League, beating Atalanta on penalties. And Torino beat Shakhtar 1-0 to win the Conference League, marking the end of our season. An impressive campaign, a league title finally, and also a little bit of cup action with the Super Cup. This has still been a great season. There's a lot to do next year. We have to go for the Champions League now. Let's jump straight into it. So going into Season 4, I just wanted to refine the team and really try and get the best options to replicate the players of the past. So João Felix has gone out to Tottenham. That's a £48 million deal. Hopefully he can go have a good time there. And we've also got out Yassine Adli. He didn't fit the blueprint of Darsu at all. And now we want to bring someone in that better replicates that from a French background. So he's gone to Barcelona for 40 million. Hopefully he can go and enjoy the rest of his career. We have then brought in 2 new players. So Bruno Fernandes has come in from Brighton and Hove Albion. He's sort of that tall player, maybe not as skillful as Rui Costa, but we wanted to pick up an aging but extremely talented Portuguese 10 who basically is in the end of his career, as it better suits what Rui Costa was going through at that time. And then we've also brought in Enzo Laffi from Roma. It's a £25 million deal for the Frenchman, and he will come in to replace that Darsu option, and now I think we have a much better team going forward. So going into season 4, once that window's done, the team looks like this. As you can see, any transfers we've made only at the moment affecting the bench. I'm very happy with the first team. We've just been through all the player developments to continue progressing into more realistic versions of the players that's come before them, but I'm very happy. I mean, this Calafiori / Maldini thing, I like it. 90 rated, really good stats. Scalvini, pretty good, would like a little bit more pace, maybe a little bit more passing and dribbling, but we'll get there too. Ghost, definitely we need to see him jump up. Stam was a fantastic defender, the same for Vanderson. And then for Jolie, he will get better, but really focusing on that passing and dribbling, which is great. Fabian's starting to look like a fantastic holding midfielder who's playing in centre mid, so I'm really happy with that. Reinders, all round, perfect. I think Seedorf was such a good attacking midfielder who could also defend. I think Reinders fits it. I'm very happy with this guy in here, so we're going to keep him for the moment. And then Gomez, want a bit more shooting. Vanat, just keep doing what you're doing. And Valise, we need to see a bit more pace and dribbling. But other than that, we've got really good versions. They look a lot like the players of the past. We are just continuing to tweak to make it as realistic as possible. But I absolutely love this. What a team. Let's jump into season 4 and see what this group can do, because they are still growing even now. Now, this team is showing its strength, but a lot of the other teams seem to have dropped off, so I'm absolutely happy with this. We've already got a 9-point gap. We've only drawn 1 game, lost 0, 9 wins already in the first quarter of the season. This is an unbelievable start. I think we may be on the journey to another title, and that will help us gain some traction, gain some momentum, and really go for it in the Champions League this year. And we also have the Ballon d'Or nominations for 2027. It's Mbappe, Vinny, Rodrigo, and Vanat. Vanat is in there. He has a chance of winning the Ballon d'Or right now. This would be one of the storylines we want to complete. Done. So let's see if we can get this done. Let's see if he can pick this up. And here it is. The biggest rigging I've ever seen. This has just gone on to show me how little the Ballon d'Or means unless your player is just insane. Because Vinicius Jr., however good of a season he had in La Liga, he didn't even make the semi-finals of the Champions League, and we picked up over 50 goals, 65 contributions last season. He's continued that this season, by the way. Vanat is doing unbelievable. This is a massive robbery. Perez has been buying the Ballon d'Or once again. Now, we've had to get over the upset of the Ballon d'Or somewhat quickly and get back to things. We have dropped off a little bit. We had such a strong start. We've now lost twice and drawn twice in the last 9 games. So we need to pick this back up. We need to get things going again. We still have an 8-point gap. We're first. We've got 45 points off the first half of the season. It's still incredible. Hopefully we can keep this up. Hopefully we can smash to the league once again. And Vanat is being the top contributor to that once again. I have to feel like a Ballon d'Or is coming soon, because I just won't understand if it doesn't. But yeah, 14 goals in the first half of the season is unbelievable. He is continuing to show himself as one of the best strikers in Italy, and if not, the world. And although we haven't had Vanat recognised for the Ballon d'Or, we have picked up Manager of the Season, an award that just shows how far we've come, the team we've created, how incredible our performances are. A massive, massive moment. This just shows how far this AC Milan team has come. And we're starting to show how good we are in Europe as well. I mean, Arsenal went unbeaten 100%, 8 wins completely. We weren't really going to keep up with that, but 6 wins and 2 draws I'm happy with. 20 points, we come second, smash it through the Champions League group stages, and we'll now go straight to the round of 16. And we didn't do anything in January, we just got on, and we moved on with the league. We focused on getting our team working, and it done exactly that. We won the league by 24 points, Roma second, we came out on top once again. Another Serie A title under our belt. We have been competitive throughout. We are now an absolute juggernaut of European football, and we have smashed Serie A once again. And of course, Vanat has done it once again. Player of the season, an unbelievable campaign again. He continues to fire us to glory. He's smashed it in the league. He's smashed it in Europe. He's doing it everywhere. And he has won Player of the Season for Serie A. I mean, look at that goal scoring form. He doubled second place. Skamaka had 19. Vanat picked up 38. A goal a game from the Ukrainian. This guy is truly a perfect Shevchenko rebuild. He is so good. He's unbelievable. I feel like even if we win the Champions League this season, I'm going to have to sim halfway through the year just to see if he gets that Ballon d'Or. Also, Marlon Gomez destroyed this year with 12 assists. A great year for the Brazilian. Reinders also picked up 9. It was a great year for our creators. What a season once again. And he didn't win the Golden Glove this year. He finished 2 off Bruno, but Luis Jr. still had a fantastic season. 12 clean sheets once again. There's no doubt he's a fantastic goalkeeper. What a signing he has been. And so here we are with Vladislav Vanat. 74 contributions. Felice picked up 32. You've got Gomez here on 34. Fabian with 19. Reinders with 28. Incredible. What a group we have made up. This team is unbelievable. I cannot wait to see what we can do with the remainder of the season, because we do have a Champions League final to enjoy. Now that Champions League final comes up against Leipzig. It's an unbelievable opportunity to go and win a trophy now, a chance to go and win incredible silverware. We beat Atletico Madrid on penalties to get here. We beat Paris Saint-Germain on penalties to get here. And we beat Real Madrid 4-1 on aggregate. We have had an incredible journey in the knockouts, knocked out some major teams, and now we've got one more big one ahead of us. Can we win this coveted trophy? And I just want to show you how dominant we've been this season. We beat Juventus in the Super Cup, a 2-0 win in that one, smashed them, absolutely huge result and another trophy under our belt. And we also done the same in the Coppa Italia, a 2-1 win over our rivals Inter, means we win another trophy. So far, we're on a treble if you include the Super Cup, but if you take that away, the treble is up for grabs. That's one of the biggest things you can do in football. We can show absolute domination if we can take down Leipzig here. And so we have the Champions League final against Leipzig, and if this ends up being our final game, this is the team we have, and I'm very happy with it, apart from really the Stam with Ghost and the Cafu with Vanderson. Everyone else really fits their build nicely. It creates a very similar vibe to that team of 2005, and AC Milan that lost the final in 2005. Can we turn around their fortunes and bring them home that massive trophy? Into Gomez. Wants to look back. Finds it. To Vanat. It's an early goal. It's a beautiful goal. Kaka finds him. Shevchenko slots away. Brilliant piece of work from Vanat. Really nice move, and it's a top quality finish. Right into that far corner off the post. Beautiful. Mainu finds Nicholas Jackson. Gets a shot. It's a good save from Junior. Brilliant stop. We have a corner opportunity. Fagioli puts it in. Headed by Scalvini right over the top. Really nice chance. Moving forward nicely. There's a bit of a gap here. Xavi Simons is available. Good stop from Junior. Pops it into the middle to Botman. Finds the extra man. Ghost is there, but it's only going to fall. Good save. Oh, thank God we have Dina in goal. Looks for the ball to the back post. Felice is trying to get there. Maldini! Unlucky. Fabian trying to battle for it in the middle. Fabian coming across to show his prime Gattuso style. That's it. That's what we're looking for. Oh, he's picked up a red. He's gone to Gattuso. I would say it's a red. It's a bit of a late challenge, but we're down a man. Fabian, the Gattuso rebuild, has picked up a red card. Fagioli trying to get the ball moving. Sets the tempo, releases Marlon Gomez. Lovely move from Kaká's region. Can he finish? Yes, he can! Marlon Gomez shows his dribbling capabilities, finds his way through, and it's an unbelievable finish into that far corner. What a goal! That is an easy way to wrap up a Champions League. 2-0 now. It's going to be a big effort for Leipzig to get back in this one. What a finish that is from range. Looks for Valise. He goes long for Vanat. Vanat squeezes in. Gets a toe on it just wide. That would have wrapped it up for sure. Finds Nicholas Jackson. Noosa gets a shot. It's a huge stop. It is over. We win the Champions League with 10 men. An unbelievable performance. It's a huge result for us. We finally made the Milan team of 2005, and we've even done what they couldn't do all the way back then. And here is the moment we've been waiting for. Calafiori or Maldini to pick up the Champions League and crown AC Milan as European winners. What a season, what a team, what an episode. Thank you for all getting involved. This was chosen based off a poll from you guys. You chose the Milan team of 05. We will be doing more of these for the blueprints, so stay tuned so you can have your say on what one is next. I'm going to leave a video in the middle of the screen right now that I know you'll love, so go check that out. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new around here. Links to the socials are down below if you want to get involved further. But until next time, guys, I will see you in the next one. Have a lovely rest of the day, and peace out. Just in case you cared, he did win the Ballon d'Or the next season. Vanat was finally honoured as the best player in the world, as he should have been. What a full season, what a full journey. This guy carried us through it all, and this is the perfect way to end this episode. The Shevchenko storyline is complete as Vanat wins the best player in the world.